Okay, so right now you've got this monster storm, Hurricane Melissa, just churning away in the Caribbean. And look, this is not just any old hurricane. We're about to break down exactly what makes this thing so dangerous.
You know, when a reporter on the ground asks someone, "How are you feeling?" and the only response they get back is, "Well, right now, worried." Wow. I mean, that one answer just says it all, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the tension. This isn't just some storm passing through. This is a historic event. And the fear, it's absolutely real.
So let's start right there. Let's go to the ground in Jamaica and see how people are getting ready for a direct hit from this really dangerous storm.
And it's just a flurry of activity. I mean, everywhere you look, people are just scrambling. They're filling up gas canisters for their generators, they're boarding up windows, trying to protect their homes. And get this, even the zoo in Kingston is moving animals to safer ground. Meanwhile, all the emergency shelters across the entire island, they're open and ready.
But here's the tough part. Not everyone can get out. A lot of American tourists who tried to cut their vacation short and get home, they found out every single flight was booked solid. So now they, and a lot of residents too, are just stranded. They've got no other choice but to hunker down and ride this thing out.
And you really start to feel how high the stakes are when you hear these personal stories. Like, there was this one woman with lupus. You know, she's on a bus trying to get to her daughter's house, clutching her medication. And her words just hit you. "I'm still not taking any chance." I mean, that's just a perfect picture of pure resilience right in the face of some incredible danger.
Okay, so we know people are bracing for impact. But what exactly is it they're facing? Let's pivot a little bit, look at the science of this storm, and figure out why Melissa is being called a truly historic event. 5. Just the number 5. That's the category. Hurricane Melissa is a Category 5 storm. That is the absolute top of the scale, the most destructive level a hurricane can possibly be. And to really put that into perspective for you, this is the third Cat 5 we've had just this season. The third one! Having this many monster storms in a single year is incredibly rare and, frankly, pretty alarming. The last time we saw anything like this was back in 2005. Yeah, the same year as Hurricane Katrina. But here's where the story takes a turn. Because as terrifying as those Category 5 winds are, that's not the whole story with Melissa. Actually, it's not even the main story. Its greatest threat, the thing that makes this hurricane so different, comes from something else entirely. And it all boils down to one thing. This is a slow-moving storm. Think about it. When a hurricane crawls instead of sprints, it just lingers. It sits over the same spot, dumping just an unbelievable amount of rain. And that right there, that's what becomes the real killer in storms like this. Catastrophic, widespread flooding.
So, how slow are we talking? Get this, just 3 miles per hour. That's basically a walking pace. You could walk faster than this hurricane is moving. It is just inching across the Caribbean. And that, right there, is the heart of the problem.
And because it's moving so slowly, it could dump more than 40 inches of rain on parts of Jamaica. Let me say that again, not 4, 40. That is a truly life-threatening amount of water. We're talking devastating landslides and flash floods. Now, even though the rain is the main event here, let's not forget, this is still a monster hurricane. We're still talking destructive wind gusts up to 120 miles per hour, especially right near the core of the storm. It's just a devastating 1-2 punch of wind and water. All right, so where is this slow-moving monster going next? Okay, so the forecast track has it hitting Jamaica first. That's the immediate threat. After that, it's projected to take a turn to the north-northeast and slam into southeastern Cuba, probably as a still very dangerous Category 4. From there, it'll weaken a bit as it passes over the Bahamas, maybe as a Category 1, before finally heading out to sea.
So let's be super clear about this. The immediate severe threat is for Jamaica, Cuba, and the Bahamas. And for anyone watching this from the U.S. East Coast, we've got some good news for you. This storm is not a threat. It's forecast to stay way out in the ocean, well offshore.
But even as we're looking at where Melissa is headed, we have to take a moment and remember the damage it's already caused. Before it even ramped up to this intensity, this storm system has tragically already taken 3 lives in Haiti and 1 in the Dominican Republic. It's just a really somber reminder of exactly what's at stake here. You know, when you look at all this, Melissa is really a powerful lesson. It teaches us that the category number, it doesn't always tell you the whole story. And as we see more and more of these slow-moving, massive rainmakers, it really forces all of us to ask a pretty critical question. When a storm's biggest threat isn't the wind, but the water, how do we need to change the way we prepare?